Hey guys, it's me Carlitos here again. Now, over the past few movies I felt like I somehow alienated the female demographic a bit. With Australia, maybe not so much, but a lot of it I have. So today I decided to switch things up a lot. And today, I'm reviewing the movie Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Alright, now before I go into the review, I'll admit, yes, I'm a guy, I know. There's some things I won't get. But I'm trying to kind of make up for that for the fact and try to review this for both men and women, so kind of show both sides. Alright, hopefully this will work, guys. It's going to be weird, but let's see if it works. The movie follows Rebecca Bloomwood, a young journalist in New York City, who has the same problem with shopping as a drunk does with liquor. Now the movie's about her. What happens is she loses her job as a journalist and she goes to try to get a new job at a new fashion magazine. However, the position has already been filled there, so under some quick advice, she decides to get the next best job, which is a stepping stone to the fashion magazine, because it's owned by the same company. So she goes to this business magazine, tries to get a job there, and somehow gets one when she writes this article about how shoes are the best investment. And the editor, who's of course the main guy in the movie she's gonna fall in love with, takes it as a metaphor for about shoes being a metaphor for the business corruption scandals aren't going around. And so she's also surprised by this, as the audience is. So she then gets a full-time job as a columnist, writing articles about business through metaphors of fashion. It's pretty funny from there, goes straight forward from there. The movie's two main actors, of course, Isla Fisher plays the main character of the movie, and of course Hugh Dancy, who plays her love interest. Now they have great chemistry on screen, as Isla Fisher is very cute and very ditzy, not enough like Cameron Diaz, but just the right amount to where you like her a lot. Hugh Dancy isn't your typical guy like Ryan Reynolds being like, ooh, look at me, so suave. He acts pretty real in my opinion. He's just keeping it real. He's doing his job, he represents the average man in my opinion a bit more than any other of the guys in chick flicks. Most chick flicks you have a guy who looks like buffed out Ryan Reynolds or Daniel Craig, and that's what probably like pisses guys off the most, because you're like, oh, who the hell looks like that? This guy should look pretty real. Now, to go back into their chemistry, they work very well on screen. A lot of their jokes together, a lot of the on-screen laughter between the two is still pretty funny. But what's unique about them is like a lot of their funny jokes aren't really like gags like in most movies where something like falls on somebody or she does something ditzy. It's all really dialogue stuff, which is pretty great. Like there's a scene where Isla Fisher, where Hugh Dancy tells her that, she needs to get a good angle on this article. So Isla Fisher, what she does is she Googles a good angle on this certain thing, and Hugh Dancy catches that and asks her that. And he's like, did you just Google that? And you watch it, and it's pretty funny, because he doesn't call her out. It's like, what? It's pretty good stuff. Going back to that stuff, it all goes back to the screenplay, really, which is actually pretty solid. The same way as Legally Blonde was pretty solid. Everything builds up on top of one another, which is really great. Like in the beginning, what you have is a girl who's pretty empty but doesn't know it yet. She says she's happy because clothing satisfies her, but then slowly she learns that she's not so happy, as she realizes that in order to be happy she has to continually shop, and that's where it gets into one of the problems in the movie, where she owes $16,000. And of course, the midpoint is where she's kind of realizing this may not be what she really wants, and she changes focus. Then, of course, in the end, she sells all her clothing, which is a huge leap for the character. See, talking in these terms, you could tell this, the movie's written pretty well. No, there's not really much else to talk about this movie besides that, since I've never really read the book, so I can't say if the movie actually follows the format of the book or follows any of the story of the book, really. So that'd be for you fans out there to really figure that out, because I don't have the time. Now, I will say this, girls will like this movie. It's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious at times. I caught myself laughing a lot. Alright, girls will love it. Now, guys, on the other hand, guys may find a little bit of torture, especially for the first half of the movie, which is all heavy with fashion lingo, and guys may be a little lost. I was a little lost in it for a while. But I will tell you this, guys, the movie's not the worst chick flick out there. It is bearable. It's not torture at all. It's one of those movies that you're like, kind of like, he's just not that into you. That's pretty great. It's really good. It's just like that. This movie's really tolerable. It's really funny, and if you sit back and enjoy it with your girlfriend, I'm sure she'll love it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it too. There's a lot of comedy bits in it that are pretty funny as hell. Such as one scene where Isla Fisher goes for the last stand on her credit cards, and she actually gets out this block of ice in the movie. There's a credit card in the middle, and she starts slamming it with one of her heels trying to get at it. pretty funny stuff. So with that in mind, I gave the movie my rating. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Really, Shopaholic Chick Flick Codes is one of the better ones I've seen. It's not boring at all. Doesn't get dumb, and there are cliche moments in it, but there are not too many of them where it pisses you off. It's just the right amount, in my opinion. Alright, chicks, you'll love this. I'm sure you will. Now, to kind of state why I'm giving it out of 10, like I said, the story is a little simple. I want a little more, but that's all my thing right there. More I really wanted to see the more of the character of Suze, which is really getting the movie. There's a small role in there. But the thing is, she doesn't upstage Giselle Fisher, which is great, but she's still very lively. I want to see a little more of her, because she was pretty funny as well. Another problem I had with the movie was there seemed a little too many similarities between this movie and The Devil Wears Prada, so I kind of had a problem with that. But a big plus for the movie was that it wasn't incredibly annoying, kind of like Legally Blonde 2. They're kind of annoying. Legally Blonde 1 got kind of annoying too, even though it was written very well. So this movie does have that going for it, where the whole fashion world doesn't overfill it and you get incredibly bored. Alright, it's still pretty good. So that's about it, guys. That's pretty much the movie. Sorry if I didn't get too in depth into it, but this movie like this is kind of hard because the story is pretty simple. It's a pretty simple movie, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's a pretty enjoyable movie nonetheless. I enjoyed it, and I'm a dude. So of course, girls will love it. Guys, I'm telling you, give this shit movie a chance. And you not only please your girlfriend, you'll probably please yourself also. Because you'll have a good laugh. It's not all that bad, alright? Enough with the macho bullshit about chick flicks, alright guys? Just give it a chance. You'll enjoy this one. Of course, girls, like, this isn't one of the big ones, though, like My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which is amazing. Or the really big one this year that came out called He's Just Not That Into You, which was a great movie and a great chick flick overall. But this is still a pretty enjoyable one, and like I say, guys, it's not torture. Don't worry. You enjoy it. Just give it a chance. Alright, guys. That's it for today, I guess. Confessions of a Shopaholic, 8 out of 10. Alright, if you want to see it, go right ahead, guys. It's pretty great. Trust me.